Hello there, I'm Nita Rose, and in this video we are going to talk about Rave Master, Volume 20, Chapters 156 to 164. A storm started to come around and Ellie is getting freaked out by the thunder and latches on to Musica, which makes Haru jealous, but he can't worry about that now. Haru remembers Shura's ability to use fire, and he's willing to go help him, but Musica stops him and reminds him that he doesn't need his help, which got Haru to agree and they all continue running. Next is the battle between Shira and Deep Snow. And I will admit, this battle is pretty good, but I'm not going to go into details. And I will say that Shira found a way to defeat him. However, Deep Snow still has one more trick up his sleeve, or more like in his chest. Embedded into his chest is a shadow stone that possesses strong power, but is also forbidden. Deep Snow also claims that King is afraid of him and starts attacking Shira out of pure rage. Then we get a flash from the past with young Gale King in a storm trying to find shelter. There he meets a creepy doctor who's experimenting on a baby. King looked at the infant and reminded him of his son Lucia. He named the baby Deep Snow and decided to raise him as his own. 2 years has passed and the little boy was playing outside when he suddenly got attacked by a bunch of wolves. His power is unleashed, revealing to King just how powerful this boy is. And it cuts back to the present with the fight between the two men. Deep Snow believes that his father hates him or is afraid of him because of his forbidden power. Shura was beaten to the ground and wanted to get back up and reveal the blade behind the blade, which belongs to Gale Glory. The lightning strikes down as the two-bladed wielders go head-to-head once again. But then we get a memory of Shira meeting Gale, telling him about Haru and his fight with him. And then this is when Gale learned that Haru is the Rave Master. Shira informed him that Haru and King are heading for Luca, and that is where Gale is heading next. Shira planned on going with him, but Gale refuses and decided to give him his sword and begged him to protect his son. Shira kept that promise as his fight with Deep Snow continues until one of them has fallen, and in the end, Shira was the one who claimed victory. Now, before Shura claims his head, he tells Deep Snow what he heard from King many years ago. The Demon Cars wanted to recruit Deep Snow, but King refuses it because he didn't want his other son to follow the path of evil. Deep Snow shredded in his tears, and Shura decided to spare his life. Meanwhile, Haru and the others end up finding the cave that Shura mentioned earlier, and inside is a giant crystal. They end up meeting this guy as he tells them that the crystal is the star memory, and he also turned out to be Gale's foster father. Wow, I did not expect that. The old man started telling a story about how he found Gale, and what he means by found, he actually ended up stealing him when he was a baby in the crib. Yeah, one day he was just walking along collecting delicious apples when all of a sudden he saw this big mansion and decided to take a peek inside and just snatch their baby. Wow, what a thief. But it turned out that he had a reason of doing that. You see, it turned out that the king of Syphonia survived the overdrive, and to protect Gale, he had this man take him. I'm sorry, am I reading this correctly? The king's wife died after childbirth, the king is in trouble, saw his man was afraid, he died, and left his son with no caretaker. So the king pretty much had this random stranger kidnap his son for him to stay alive after the overdrive incident. Okay, I guess that seems like a reasonable idea. This is when he learned about the star memory as he and Gale lived together to do some research on it. According to him, anyone who touches that crystal shows images of their memories from their past lives. The old man showed him the memories of Gale and his family. Haru goes next and shows him all of his memories, even the ones that are unforgettable. Musica goes next, then Ruby, then the Star Guy, then Grip, then Blue, who was only thinking about a lollipop. Now Ellie was the last one to try it, but she hesitated, and then all of a sudden started to show bad memories of the past, or the future, or whatever, and let's just say it's horrifying. Honestly, I have no idea what's going on. According to the old man, the memories seem to be swirling around coming together into one picture. That picture is from the memories of the other world, if that's how it's summed up. So after seeing that horrific image, Haru swears that he's never gonna let that happen. Everyone is sitting down having a meal, but Haru really can't stomach anything after seeing the image of what happened. But Ellie and the others started to cheer him up and talked about the star memories. How it works is that you can either gain everything or lose everything. It can control time and space itself and is considered dangerous for those with a black heart. Later on, Ellie decided to go in by herself to touch the crystal and regain some of her memories, until Haru came up to her. Ellie has been wanting to look for her memories for so long, but now she's afraid. Haru cheered her up by having her stare up in the sky and told her that being scared is normal. But Ellie noticed an expression that Haru was making that got her laughing and told him that she understood. But then the old man showed up offering them an apple. He told them that Gale has been looking for a girl named Ellie, and they both became confused as the old man explained that he was looking for her to gain information about the star memories. But he was just speculating since it's been 30 years. But Gale wants her to be safe, and Ellie remembers something from the man from her past. Ellie reaches out to the crystal, but all of a sudden Lucia came along and interrupt everything, telling them that all she's good for is using the Etherion. Now it's gonna be the first Haru versus Lucia fight, and what I mean by first is that we are definitely gonna see these two fight again, I guarantee it. Lucia destroys the crystals within the cave as he then approaches Ellie, forcing her to come with him. But Haru was not having it, and just like Ellie, Haru also wanted to know about her past, and he will fight for her as well. But Lucia claims that he's slowly stealing her from him, and then Musica came along giving Haru his sword and takes Lucia on his own. And notice that Shuda is watching from above. Now this is where the fight really starts. After Haru cuts his cheek, Lucia goes in for the kill, but Haru doesn't flinch, and Ellie noticed something was wrong with him. The two are slashing swords at each other, causing one explosion after another. Then there's a white sprouts all around. The old man describes them as memory dust, and that the memories of the stars are disappearing, and a new history is being written. The fight continues between Lucia and Haru as Ellie is starting to get a bad feeling. Musica also noticed that something is off with Haru. He and Shura notice Haru is way too calm. Even after taking a big hit, he was still standing. But Haru started to unleash some sort of power, and then all of a sudden, Shura told him not to use it. Curiosity, I wonder what it is. Well, we'll find out very soon. So now we see Ruby, Plu, and this guy asleep, and then all of a sudden Plu wakes up and looks like he has to go somewhere, but then the guy grabs him and is about to eat him. Now it cuts to Shuda dropping down, trying to stop Haru from using the ninth sword, which is known as the Bloodlust Sword, Sakurfra. Shuda told Musica that his grandfather embedded that power within the sword. It grants the wielder ultimate power, but it also makes him go berserk, and it will eventually kill him. They witness Haru going berserk on Lucia as he is slowly losing control while the sword is absorbing him. Ellie turns around and it looks like she's running away, but she's not. She's actually trying to look for Plu. She started searching for him and found out that he got eaten by this guy. Ellie punches him in the stomach to spit him out, but it actually wasn't Plu, but the Starman. Ellie started to worry even more as Haru is losing his humanity to the sword, raising up Lucia's limp and bloody body. So yeah, the volume's gonna end there, and I have to say, this one is just as good as the other. But I also know that Haru is gonna somehow snap out of it, but we don't know how yet. This cliffhanger always strikes my curiosity and makes me want to read more Rave Master, so we'll tune in next time. And that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check out my other parts on TikTok, and don't forget to look me on Discord and X. And I'll see you all next time. Nita Rose out.